Good morning and welcome to Pharrell and the Prophet. So, Scotty, it turns out that Ozempic vulva is a thing, and it's making women look quite aged and droopy down below. So, I have a poignant and pointed question for you, which is this: would you rather bang a fat chick with a sightly bush, or would you rather bang a skinny chick whose vulva looks like a cross between a double whopper and a hot pocket that was just stepped on by a nose tackle? Which way would you go?
I have to go with B, the skinny chick, because I just can't bear to even embrace the thought of banging a fat chick. I don't do fat chicks ever. Never have, never will. So I'll be
Yes.
stuck with the catwalk supermodel, skinny, crack smoking looking, non-eating, unfed hoe. You know what I mean? Like I just can't do it.
Yeah, I completely get it. And I want you to know also that they are now in clinical trials. And this is a true story, Scott. They're hoping to roll out Ozempic for dogs within 3 years. Would you give Cujo, the wolfhound that you own, Ozempic?
Well, so it's weird because he was at a high of 130, and right now he's at 111. So what I've been doing is I've been walking him twice a day. We call them two a days, just like NFL training camps.
Yeah.
We're doing two a days with the dog. So I walk him in the morning and I walk him in the evening, and we're feeding him less, and he's gotten used to the regimen of not as much food, and the dog will go for a walk whenever. If I say two a day, the dog freaks. If I say do you want to go for a walk in the morning? He goes crazy. I mean, goes crazy. Like the dog lives to go on these walks. Meanwhile, I fucking hate it. I think it sucks. It's torture because he's powerful, and like it's not like walking like a pussy dog. It's walking
Yeah.
this powerful locomotive that kind of drags me down the street. And if he wants to smell something over here, he goes no matter what, and then he'll yank you over here. Plus, my dog has a bizarre way of zigzagging from one side of the street to the next. He just keeps zigzagging, and it drives you fucking nuts. So it's a
He's
pain
probably
in my
just trying
ass.
to.
I tried to get the kids to cooperate and do the evening walk, and now that
They're not
Gunner's
doing that.
gone, I get no help. Like Choppa walked the dog 1 out of 7 days, so she's
Yeah.
worthless too. Now,
Yeah.
you talked about, you know, uh, obviously Ozempic and everything else, but I have to say, I love hurricanes on television. I'm a big fan of hurricanes on TV, war on TV, as you know. And this is not really a hurricane to me because Aaron is not hitting anything. It's just a seafaring storm where it's just blowing wind and big waves onto the East Coast, right? So
Agreed.
we're
Yeah.
seeing it. You're seeing it at your crib down on the shore. You're seeing it all the way up and down the East Coast. I mean, like Long Island's going to get hammered with like 16-foot waves today. That's great and everything else. But what I've done is because it's not destroying land where, I like seeing the trees snap, garbage cans blowing down the street, people drowning, cars submerged and floating, houses collapsing uh, both into the ground and into the sea. I love the ones that are right on the shore, that are on stilts, that end up, crumbling into the ocean. I'm a big fan of that. So what I've done is I've come up with a list of the listen
You're
to
an idiot.
12 cities that will be underwater by 2030. Now remember, that's 5 years from now. 5 years
Yeah.
from now, they're predicting scientists that these cities will be underwater, which means they will be gone. One,
Right.
Miami, the number one underwater city with the greatest odds of being underwater and vanished and just completely disappearing from Earth is Miami. Number two, Bangkok, Thailand. Number three,
Definitely.
Amsterdam in the Netherlands, which is highly unfortunate because there's a lot of hookers there, and
And drugs.
a lot of
A lot
reefer
of drugs.
there. And you
Yeah, I
don't
was just
want to
there. You
lose.
know that. I love Amsterdam, bro. So yeah, I feel bad about
You
that. But
know,
they built the goddamn thing. It's 4 feet under sea level, Scott. That's a genius move.
yeah,
The
well,
fuck?
so the loss of hookers and reefer is really the thing for me. I don't really care about anyone that drowns. Basra, Iraq. I also do not care about anything that happens in Iraq.
Not at all.
Georgetown, Guyana, another place I don't want to
Yeah.
go. How
All right.
long would a person like you or I last in Guyana? 5
Not long.
minutes before they'd kill
Yeah,
us.
not long.
Ho Chi
Yes.
Minh City, Vietnam. I love Vietnam, war on television, any kind of Vietnam, the
Yeah.
Vietnamese, Ho Chi Minh City's party town. They're going to go underwater. Calcutta, India.
Oh, see you
Bye
later.
bye. New Orleans. Bye
Yeah, of
bye. Of
course.
course, this is another
Ninth
place that's
Ward.
under
See you.
sea level.
See you.
But listen, you're going to lose the Acme Oyster Bar and Mr. B's Bistro, which has the best jambalaya and the best, what do they call it? Gumbo in the
Gumbo.
world. And then
Love
the
gumbo.
Acme Oyster Bar, the best oysters in the world, bar none.
Love it.
And so
Yeah.
losing New Orleans is not
That's a
going to be
shame.
good.
That's a shame.
Venice, Italy.
Of
Bye
course.
bye.
They're done already.
Lagos, Nigeria, another place I don't care about.
Well, you know
Tokyo
what?
is
Hey,
going
God,
away.
Scott, if Lagos goes away, we lose a lot of those fun scams when people call you up and say they're the IRS and you have to rush or they're
Yeah.
going to arrest your granddaughter. So I'm going to really miss Lagos, Nigeria, because I love hearing the stories of people who actually buy into that scam.
So Tokyo, Japan. Here's a sidebar. Did you know I watched on 60 Minutes the other night that Japan is literally losing people faster
Yeah.
than anywhere in the world. There's no
Yeah.
children being born.
Right.
And the only town that has people in it is Tokyo. The outskirts of Japan, all the other places in Japan are
Yeah,
empty.
shrinking.
And
Yeah.
they literally, one town has dolls. They set up
Yeah.
dolls all over town so that people think that there's people there. They're not actually people, they're just dolls. That is fucking creepy. That's Chucky creepy. And
Yeah.
I don't care about
Yeah.
Japan losing their population. They say Japan's gonna go away. That's what they're saying.
So Scott, here's my thing about that. Like, I don't care if my next door neighbor, the lovely Miss Kwai Fong, dies and goes away. I don't want Pinocchio as my fucking neighbor. That's it. I would rather the house is abandoned and we just get on with our lives. I don't need Chuck E. Cheese. I don't need any of that crap. And by the way, who gets faked out by a fucking doll sitting on a front porch? I thought the Japanese were smarter than
In this
that.
one town, this guy moved there because he grew up there, and he moved back there from Tokyo. He left the city and went to where he grew up in the mountains. And he actually had a baby with his wife. So they had the first boy born in that town in like 60 years. And so they're hoping that this kid grows up and is horny and starts blowing loads with every chick he meets so that he can
It's
start
not gonna happen.
impregnating women. That's the goal.
That's
They
not
got
gonna
a
happen.
boy. So
Hey, Scott, can I tell you one thing?
Yeah.
They are well known now. They have the shortest, on average, male penis at 4.8 inches, and that's a fact. So if you're wondering why the chicks aren't getting pregnant, it's because the dick ain't reaching nowhere. That's the problem.
Now, on top of that story, you always come up with great things to mention. So the other day, 34C and her friend were talking about that 7'9" guy that plays at Florida basketball. Have you seen that guy?
Yeah,
And
Olivia.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, like the entire student body goes up to his like kneecaps. And
Yeah.
then the one woman said to my wife, she said, you wouldn't even have to get on your knees to blow him. You would just stand and his dick would be right in your face and you would blow him. And then they started talking about guys that are big and tall and that have, big hands, big feet, have big dicks. And then that she noticed that he had small hands. And then 34C started talking about she had dated a guy with that was tall, that was 6'4", like I am, but he had small hands and he had a small dick. And then the chick asked her, "Well, Scott's 6'4", and she said he has big hands, big feet, and a big dick. So I got great street cred locally because that chick's gonna go around and tell all of her friends that I have a big dick.
everybody. Yeah, Pharrell's got a big dick. Good for you.
Isn't that great?
How much? Yeah. How much did you have to pay your wife off to get that little
Nothing.
verbiage?
I just had
Really?
to tell her the last city that's going to be underwater is Manila. Now, I have another story for you that I think you'll find
Please.
fascinating, and it's turned
Sure.
into a movie on Hulu and Netflix, or on
Okay.
Hulu and FX. So Michelle Williams plays the chick. I don't know if you know this story, but it is
Nope.
truly unbelievable. This chick, she got stage 4 breast cancer. And so
Oh,
she divorced her husband.
yeah.
She's like, we had a loveless marriage. We'd been together
Yeah.
forever. I'm dying. I have no chance to survive. The doctors are telling me I have months to live at best. And so she decided with her friend to fuck 200 men that she didn't know. So she went
200.
on a sex binge, and
Wow.
she wanted to have orgasm. She had never had an orgasm with her husband.
Oh,
I don't
wow.
have that problem. I'm good
Yeah.
at giving orgasms. I
Good for
have
you.
that mastered. I'm a pro.
Good for you,
But this
Scotty.
chick had
You're,
never had one. So she
oh,
started banging dudes that she didn't know. Every guy she met, and she was
yeah.
kind of good looking. So like in the movie, Michelle Williams has like a really short haircut. She looks like
Right.
Dorothy Hamill, the
Sure.
skater, and she's just every guy she
Banging.
meets, like no matter what,
Yeah.
she's like, "Do you want to fuck?" And then
Yeah.
like no
She
guy
fucks.
is gonna turn that
Say
down
no. I
because
was going to say no.
she looks healthy. She's just
Yeah.
not healthy. She has breast cancer. So she proceeds to fuck 200 men, and then
Hmm.
she dies in this show. So when you watch the series, it's a tearjerker, and you see her fuck all these guys, and then she dies. Now I was watching a Mexican show on Netflix last night, and it was called like Irreversible Sins or something like this, and it was just absolutely awful. But from the minute the show started, I watched the first episode. It's got like I guess several seasons. There may be 4 or 5 seasons of maybe 8 or 9 episodes, and the entire first episode, this chick, this hot Mexican chick, supermodel hot, is married to this guy who's a billionaire. He owns all the biggest 5-star resorts all over the world, and they live in Mexico. And this guy's allegedly this billionaire, but his wife hates him dead, and she starts fucking a escort. And she literally, in the first episode of this show, she fucks this guy. I would say at least 60 times in 60 minutes. Like, I mean, this chick has
Really?
bent over every piece of furniture in the house. She's on the countertop. She's in. One day he saw her at a restaurant with her husband, who she hates, and she went to the bathroom. He went to the girl's bathroom and fucked her in the stall while the husband was ordering wine out in the restaurant. She came out with fresh lipstick on after fucking riding his cock for fucking
Yeah.
20 minutes in the bathroom. The husband actually went to the bathroom door and knocked on the door and said, "Is everything all right?" She's like, "Everything's fine," and she's fucking riding his cock.
Yeah.
And the entire like there was so much fucking on this first episode that I actually, because I don't like, I just couldn't
What's that
take
show?
it anymore. I
Yeah.
had
What
to
is?
stop watching it. I turned on the Yankee game. I couldn't take it because this chick fucked so many times in the first episode. I'm like, what could they possibly do on this show moving forward
Okay.
for the next 4 seasons and 50 plus episodes? What are they gonna have her fucking stop fucking? Like, she fucked this guy so many times.
Is
I
she
got bored
hot?
watching her fuck and have
Is she
orgasms.
hot? Was she hot?
She was smoking hot, but she
What's the
was
name of the
such a
show?
skank. Like, I mean, she
Oh,
hated her husband so
yeah.
much she was like revenge
Good fuck.
fucking this
Right.
kid. And the guy was, half her age. He was like 25, supermodel, fucking looks. The guy had the perfect body, chiseled, ripped. And he just bangs the shit out of her. The whole time she's banging him, she didn't know he was an escort though. Like, they ran into these women out at a club one night, and the lady's like, "Be careful with this escort, honey. He's gonna take you for everything you're worth." And then she found out he was actually in the sex business, and he was
Right.
an escort, and that turned her off. But she said, "Don't ever call me
Yeah.
again," and she walked off. And she said, "I never want to talk to you again." Within a week, she was sucking his cock.
Yeah, well, that's what happens. Hey, Scott, I want to shift gears on you a little bit here, and I've got another question that I would like to pose to you. And this segment is called "How Did That Injury Happen?" Let me tell you about a guy, 59, Chris Raleigh. He is from Great Britain. His injuries, Scott, include a fractured skull,
Right.
a broken bone in his neck,
Right.
9 broken ribs, a substantial amount of blood in his lungs.
Right.
How did it happen?
I think he was fucked by a horse.
Yeah. So, no, he wasn't fucked by a horse, but I can't believe you brought up an animal. He tripped on his cat. The problem was, it was at the top of the staircase that he tripped on his cat. And 14 steps later at the bottom, he's just laying there in a pool of lung blood, vomit, and like absolute death. But can I tell you what the worst part is, Scott?
Wow.
They bring this guy over like 9 months, Scotty. They bring him back to health. But here's the thing. I looked at the picture and his teeth were still fucking disgusting, like those British, awful, gangly teeth that stick out everywhere. And I'm thinking you should have just stayed in the fucking hospital till they fixed your dental fucking problem. I can't take bad teeth.
I do have a follow-up on that. One day I was going down the stairs with the laundry basket.
Yeah.
And I missed the last stair because it was at nighttime and it was dark, and I had like the TV on in the room, and I went down and I missed the last step, so I went from the second step down to the floor. So that's a large drop off, and I fell completely, and I backed, like the laundry went flying. I smashed I went straight down into my face and smacked my head off the ground and smashed my shoulder. And
that's funny.
I cussed for like 5 minutes. And no one saw it happen, but it did happen. I missed a step and I bit it. Same thing as tripping on a cat, I think. And I don't like cats to begin with, but I have missed a step before. Usually you would think I would have been drunk or high, but I actually missed a step just because I had a laundry basket.
You were straight?
And I couldn't see. I was straight at the time and I couldn't see it, and I missed it, and I bit it.
I wish I saw that, dude, with your face going smack right into the floor. That must have been hysterical.
I think
hysterical. Hey, I got one for you, Scott, real quick. I got another one for you real quick. Hey, Scotty. So I don't know if you've ever heard about this, but at fancy fresh restaurants, and in particular, Scott, at a restaurant called La Popo, they now, in lieu of a wine menu, they are featuring a bottled water menu. Let me give you some prices of the small bottles of water that they offer. One of them is 19 euros. Scott, that's about $23 for a small bottle of water. But they're trying to convince people that that wine goes perfectly with like the lamb on the menu. So they're pairing different bottles of water with really expensive French dishes and sucking these people in to buy water that costs them 25 cents. They're selling it for like 23 bucks a glass.
That sounds like those water bottles in your room at the Fontainebleau. Weren't they about $12 a bottle to
16?
Yeah, 16 bottle, but you're dehydrated in the desert and you're thirsty as shit. You wake up in the middle of the night and you're bone dry in your mouth, and you have to have water. You won't drink it out of the sink because it's like shit water from Vegas.
Yeah,
so
it's Vegas.
You're forced to buy that bottle on the counter by the TV, and it's $16. What a fucking scam that is.
Hey, Scott, I want to tell you, you know how they bill you for that, buddy? So the Fiji sits with all the other things like the intimacy kit, Scott, all those other things. They sit on this stand. The stand has a pressure release valve underneath it, Scott. If you lift up the bottle of water for more than 30 seconds, watch your credit card. It charges your card. If you pick up and you're looking at the intimacy kit and go, hey, what is this? Well, it's a dildo, whatever. At 30 seconds later, they charge it. They charge it. It's fucking crazy.
So
Vegas.
I have, again, a follow-up to that. The other day, I was getting a room in Pittsburgh for the Steeler home opener, and I always stay at the same place, the 5-star Willie Penn. And I called, and so what happened was I was online, and I just saw, I was looking at rooms, so I hit I'll take the double bed, junior suite, blah, 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 and I hit it, and then I got directed to a third party. The third party was this company, and they tried to book me this room for 2 nights for $29.88.75, so almost $3,000 for 2 nights in a small junior suite. And I was like, right when he said $3,000, I went, yo, bro, cancel that. I'd rather sleep outside. Now, here's the moral of the story. And I get an email he did cancel the reservation, but I get an email with the cancellation email. I get two emails. One is, all right, your 3,000 is canceled. So um, I get another email that says my refund insurance cost $400 to get my refund. It's $400 to. It was 400 to get out of the.
Of the 3,000.
They're saying that I order like.
Yeah, I got it.
Who in their right fucking mind calls up a place or goes online or does? I'm talking to the guy on the phone. I'm like, hey, do me a favor, charge me 400 to get a refund on this room that I just canceled. So I called my American Express and I was like, I'm not paying this. I said, I did not get the room. I canceled the room. I'm not staying in a $3,000 room for 2 nights. I want nothing to do with it. And they're trying to charge me $400 for some refund policy. And that I got to go through their execution department. And I'm like, how about someone executes me? I'm not paying this fucking bill. So I'm on the phone and I'm dropping F-bombs left and right. I go, I'm not playing your fucking game.
Amex loves
It's
that.
bullshit. You can go fuck yourself. I told them to have a sandwich. So they got me on tape, like, threatening people. And so, that's
You're
going
an
to come
idiot.
back to haunt me. And then,
No
because I told
question.
American Express, I said, trust me. I go, you send me the fucking bill, and I'm not paying you either. So that'll be the end. I said, I give you $800 fucking dollars a year for this goddamn credit card for no reason whatsoever. And when I need help, you won't help me cancel something I don't want that I didn't buy. I want nothing. Who in their right mind? Hey, give me that $400 refund insurance. Go
Yeah.
fucking suck a cock. So I'm on the phone
Right.
cussing out American Express, cussing out this third party hotel company that fucks people over. And I mean to tell you, you should have heard my fucking language. I told the guy, at one point I told him, so I got rid of him, got another woman on the phone saying, I am not fucking paying. And she's like, sir, your language. I go, bitch, my language is going to get fucking worse by the minute. And it just kept getting worse and worse and worse and worse. So you think lifting a little bottle off of its weighted fucking magnet in the fucking mini bar is a problem?
Yeah.
Try hanging around me when someone fucking screws me out of $3,500. I almost had a fucking stroke. By the way, they have real life. You stay in all these fancy hotels. They have real life porno swingers resorts now, Mickey, where
Nice.
couples go to pleasure rooms and orgy gardens. How does that sound for your next vacation? An
It
orgy
sounds fun.
garden and pleasure rooms.
It sounds absolutely great. What do you get like in the orgy garden? Like before you start banging all these strangers, do they bring you like it's a nice hotel, right? Do you get like a facial? Do you get like how do they pimp you? How do they primp you? Do you get like a lot of
I bet you
value,
get a
or is it just
facial, all right. A fucking, just a big old batch. Let me
yes?
ask you a question. Have you ever once thought of allowing your wife to bang other people in front of you in some orgy? Or, you know what I mean? Swingers clubs. Like, I know where I live in Hell's Kitchen, they have these parties
Oh
where,
yeah,
these key parties. You know what I'm talking
get
about?
right
They
together.
throw their
Yeah,
keys in a bowl and they just start fucking
yeah.
each other. And they
Fuck
and they
it.
actually do this shit. I will fucking kill 34C if I went to a party and I looked over in a corner and she was fucking some guy that I lived near. I'd kill both of them.
Yeah. Well,
You got
listen,
me on
OJ.
record
First
right
off,
now saying I
relax,
will
OJ.
murder people.
Yeah. All right, OJ. You got to back off that a little bit. You're not
I
going to
mean,
kill everybody. You
you
won't
would
kill
not let your
everybody.
wife bang other people while you're sitting there eating M&Ms at the fucking counter.
If it does not fit, you must acquit. OJ, you got to back off this. You're not going to kill anybody. Come on, son. I'm trying to get you out of trouble here. Your temper's rising up.
It's
What is
bullshit.
happening?
It is absolute bullshit.
All right.
I do not
All
like,
right.
so I used to know some, right? I used to know when I worked at Howard Stern,
Yeah.
there were couples there that were swingers, and I've never
Swap.
quite understood it. Like, I'm not loaning my wife's pussy out to someone. You know what I
Huh.
mean? Like, I'm not
Huh.
having it. I'm just,
Okay.
I'm not
It
having
sounds
it.
like
Like,
you're,
I
yeah,
don't
you're not going to,
understand
you're,
dudes that are like, yeah, I let my wife bang whoever she wants. We have an open marriage. I don't understand that. I don't get it. And if you do that, there's got to be something wrong with you. Like, honestly,
I don't
like
know.
I just don't. How does that go down? Kosher. You're like cool with it. Can you imagine me? I'm not having it. Like you got this look on your face right now, like you have no problem with it, and you're fucking lying. I know, with all your fucking money and power, don't tell me you're letting your wife bang whoever she wants at some fucking party. I don't want to hear it.
I don't think I would let her, bang anybody. But if they were, a particular wide receiver in the NFL who she covets, yeah, I get it. Anyway, what else you got?
Well, obviously, I got a bunch of stuff.
I have one other thing for you if you wanted to just talk about Matthew Perry. Scott, I know you saw
On
this.
top of that, hold on, time out. On top of that,
Okay.
the last thing I want to say is this guy, a bride, so they got married, a husband and wife. This is beyond the swingers club. This is beyond the orgy resort.
Right.
This bride explains why she let her husband sleep with her bridesmaid on her wedding night. So on her wedding night, she got married to the guy, and then they went back to the honeymoon suite, and they had a three-way with the bridesmaid. Like, what?
That's
I mean,
nice.
what is next?
It's cool though, Scott. You give the wedding party gifts. You know that. You give them like a little keychain for the guys, and maybe a bracelet for all the girls, or you just let them, your husband fuck them. I mean, that's normal. I don't know why you're not getting that.
Are you kidding me? I just married this bitch, and she's a whore on night one.
Just for me, that takes all the stress off the marriage. What else?
All right, what were you gonna say? What were you?
Listen, Matthew Perry. I'm sure you already know this, but the ketamine queen, who I really dig her, like, because if you're the ketamine queen,
for her.
She copped the deal. She fucking fell on the sword, bro. I thought she was gonna go the distance and try and get a jury to get her off. She copped.
She's facing 60 years.
Yeah.
But
yeah, she copped the deal.
She supplied all of Hollywood with ketamine, and so once I want to tell you this funny story. I actually
just go right from ketamine to.
I was at my buddy's place in Philly. I was doing Eagles pregame that year on YSP in Philly, and I was at his fancy condo. He's a doctor, and he was at his practice all day, and I was like working in his office, and I opened up a cabinet to get like paper or something, and I saw a vial of Coke, and I went, "Oh, this is awesome!" So I've known the guy my whole life, so I just opened it up and I took a couple shovels and I did it.
Yeah.
And and immediatally within 30 seconds, I was knocked over like an elephant. I was literally like dying, ODing. I started sweating. I was knocked over. I was held to this like sofa, like a magnet. I was completely
OD.
I was paralyzed. I was ODing. I couldn't move. I could feel water gushing out of my forehead all over my body. I couldn't move. I was paralyzed.
That's insane.
I literally was on the couch for like an hour and crippled. Yeah. And then he came home. Like I somehow snapped out of it after like an hour and a half. And then he came home from work and I was like, bro, like what the fuck? I did a couple of bumps off of this fucking Coke. And he goes, bro, that's ketamine.
Yeah.
And I actually did 2 big giant bumps of ketamine, and it knocked me over like a horse. Like I was like an elephant.
That's what it does.
Knocked over a herd of elephants. And let's just say it was the last time I ever did that. I mean, that's
can I tell you something,
Scott? I can't believe people like that shit.
You're lucky you're alive, bro. You are very lucky you're alive because you take just a little bit too much of that, and your lungs go, you know what? I'm going to call it a day for a while. Yeah, I'm just going to stop working.
I'm lucky.
And you stop breathing. So you're a lucky motherfucker.
I should have died that day in Philly.
Well, you know what? You shouldn't have died because then we wouldn't be having a joyous conversation.
Philadelphia.
Oh my God, the press would have just been great. Pharrell ODs, and it was just because you thought you were having Coke, and instead you were doing horse tranquilizer. Hey Scott, I'm getting a quick message from the booth telling us that we have run the course on today's show. You got anything for a conclusion besides fucking ODing?
For people that are seeing the ad for the Caesars Sportsbook for new users, $1. And you get your next 20 wagers, double the winnings. All you have to do is bet $1. Here's the deal. When you see those ads on our social media or in the community, on the app, on Pharrell and the Prophet, on profitable.tv, wherever you see the ads for the Caesars opportunity for new customers, new users, you have to put the code in. So when you click the link and you open up your account, you have to put the code in, and the code is capital P plays
He plays.
20X. It's capital P, capital plays, PLAYS, 20X. P plays 20X. You have to put the code in the fucking sign up. When you open the
Can you do that?
You have to put the code in. People that don't put the code in, it doesn't work. You don't get the
You
deal.
don't get the deal.
So
you don't get the
got to
deal.
use the code and the link. I'm just telling you because, look, college football starts Saturday. And we're going to hit
gotta
more
put the code
goddamn
in.
college football bets this year starting
Yeah.
Saturday. And then next Thursday, Friday, Saturday, there's like 100 games. The following Thursday, there's Eagles, Cowboys from the link in Philly. Opening night Thursday, NFL Pain Day. And then Sunday is full-on NFL on the 7th. The following Sunday, I'm going to Pittsburgh to see the Seahawks and Steelers. So you've got to be signed up at the very least.
With the code.
With the
code.
And then,
And guys, here it is. Guys, you are getting tech support right now from one of the most tech-savvy people I have ever met in my life. If I have computer problems, I call Scott right away because he knows his way around programming, around the iOS app and everything. So if you can't follow his tech support and direction, you're a fucking idiot.
Okay, so what I said today about it is this to my 34C. I said, look, people, this has to be set up for dummies. Remember everything like how do you do, fix the kitchen sink for dummies or, change the dryer vent for dummies.
For dummies.
We need open the Caesar
account
for
dummies.
So you need
dummies.
it real simple. You got to put the code in and click the link. Click the link to open the Caesar's account, and then you got to put the code in. The other thing I want you to know is you got to sign up for picks. I mean, honestly, you got 30 for profit plays, 100 for max plays, 700 for elite, and you get everything with elite. You get max and profit with the max deal. You just get profit plays with the profit deal. But you got to sign
a private channel.
If you sign up, you will get your money's back flat out because we don't have losing months. We lose bets. Like last night sucked my asshole. It was a donut night 0 for 5. I have very few of those ever. The night before I was 4-1 and up plus 336. Last night gave it all back. It was a bitch. Life's a bitch. Got to get back up on the horse today and do it. We don't have a lot of bad days and we never have bad months. So when you invest in our picks, you're going to make your money back. Every month we hit so many goddamn tickets. It's not even funny. So sign up for picks. Sign up for the Caesars account if you want a new account where you can get tons of opportunities to bet $1 or whatever you bet, you double.
$25. They'll double it. They'll double it. They'll double it. You bet 25, and you're going to double your winnings. It's just it. And so you could start. You just put $10 in the account. So there you have it. I mean, it's not hard to do. And by the way, just put the code in and hit enter. I know you can do that, guys. I'll talk to you later.
They haven't. They have fucked that up nice and juicy. I know that for a fact. So I got word that they have not done that. And that pissed me off because how stupid do you have to be? Now, I'm stupid too. Can we all get stupid together and just put the fucking code in?